This is a story about designing a prototype mobile digital storytelling application by involving people in the remote Eastern Cape of South Africa. Spending several months in situ enabled us to design a method to involve users in the design of a prototype that suits their oral customs.
In our current prototype, when the application starts, the user is shown a vertical toolbar with icons.
In a design workshop we ran in Eastern Cape, participants interacted with a technology probe consisting of 2 low-end camera phones. Whereas some participants had trouble using text-based menu systems, all participants were quickly able to learn how to use the vertical toolbar interface of the probe.
Users can record audio without having to select any photos. They can add photos in later if they want.
By living in a remote village in the Eastern Cape, I noticed how people with oral traditions can tell long stories. Their stories linked to their homes, their community, and their identity.
Alternatively, we can first browse for photos using thumbnails, or we can take photos directly using the phone's camera.
In the design workshop, participants found and selected the photos to include in their stories using thumbnails.
Users can progressively add photos to the storyboard carousel. The carousel can display up to 11 photos at a time and allows users to quickly navigate through their story. We intend the carousel to assist users in planning and visualizing the emergence of a storyline.
In our workshop, we asked our participants to create digital stories in any way they liked with the 2 phones of our technology probe. Participants spent quite some time looking for photos, and one group consulted a storyline they had written on paper to help them coordinate audio with photos. This suggested that we needed a central place where users can build up a story.
Once photos have been added to the storyboard, users can then also see them while recording audio. This enables users to draw upon visual cues while telling their story.
During our workshop, participants repeatedly held both phones together while recording their story's audio. This was a tangible expression of their use of photos as visual cues.
Our prototype allows users to record their stories in one go, or they can record their stories in segments.
Recording in segments enables people to collect items for stories and tag them in situ with audio. For instance, Nicola brought back photos and video he gathered at a party when the new king honoured his mother. A few days later, he followed up an aspect of his story when he saw a newspaper article about marriage customs. This also allows stories to be collaborative efforts.
Apha ngoku uyamhlamba umntanakhe kodwa umntanakhe akafuni ukuhlanjwa. Nantso nisephi yabonakala apha emzimbeni wakhe. Apha uyamosula ufuna amthambise ukuze akwazi ukumncelisa ahambe esikolweni.
Once users have finished recording their audio voiceovers, they can play back their stories, or they can add photos, or they can remove photos, or rearrange photos on their storyboard. And users can also add in new audio or replace existing audio.
emzini wakhe xa evela emlanjeni apha unkcenkceshela izityalo zakhe ukuze zikhule ngoba komile imvula ayinethi inqabile apha upha umhlaba izityalo, ngoba izityalo uzityale komile kwaye zichilethekile ngoku zifuna umhlaba owanele ukuze zikhule.
We believe with this digital voice, people in the Eastern Cape of South Africa could record, share and persist their stories in ways that are of use and of value to them and suit their way of doing and saying. We can also use our prototype as a probe to better align our understanding of stories with our users' understanding of stories.